The silent struggle. Why don't we talk about it? We've all been there. Life gets tough. Sometimes it feels like the weight of the world is on our shoulders and we don't know how to carry it all. We feel the pressure mounting and it seems like there's no escape. We feel stressed, overwhelmed and maybe a little lost. The hustle and bustle of daily life can be relentless and it often feels like we're just trying to keep our heads above water. The demands of work, family and personal responsibilities can be overwhelming. But what happens when those feelings don't go away? When the stress and anxiety become a constant companion, it can be incredibly isolating. We start to question ourselves, wondering if we're the only ones feeling this way. For many men, admitting these struggles feels impossible. There's a fear of being judged, of being seen as weak or incapable. The stigma surrounding mental health can be a significant barrier to seeking help. Society tells us we need to be strong, stoic, and always in control. From a young age, boys are often taught to suppress their emotions, to man up, and deal with their problems on their own. This cultural expectation can be incredibly damaging. This pressure to man up can be suffocating. It creates an environment where men feel they have to hide their true feelings, leading to a sense of isolation and loneliness. The fear of being perceived as weak can prevent men from seeking the support they need. It prevents men from opening up about their mental health. The silence can be deafening, and the longer it goes on, the harder it becomes to break. Men may feel trapped, unable to express their emotions or seek help. It's time to break the silence. We need to create a culture where men feel safe to talk about their mental health without fear of judgment. By opening up the conversation, we can begin to dismantle the stigma and create a more supportive environment. Men deserve support, understanding, and the freedom to express their emotions without shame. It's essential to recognize that vulnerability is not a weakness, but a strength. By sharing our struggles, we can find solidarity and support in one another. Ignoring the problem won't make it go away. In fact, it often exacerbates the issue, leading to more significant mental health challenges down the line. Avoidance can create a cycle of negative emotions that become increasingly difficult to break. In fact, it often makes things worse. Bottling up emotions can lead to a range of negative outcomes, including increased stress, anxiety, and depression. The longer we hold on to these feelings, the more they can fester and grow. Bottling up emotions can lead to unhealthy coping mechanisms, relationship problems, and even thoughts of suicide. When we don't address our mental health, it can manifest in harmful ways, affecting not only ourselves but also those around us. We need to create a world where men feel comfortable reaching out for help. This means fostering environments where mental health is openly discussed and where seeking help is seen as a sign of strength, not weakness. It's time to change the narrative. We must challenge the outdated stereotypes that prevent men from seeking help and encourage a more compassionate and understanding approach to mental health. Let's start a conversation about men's mental health. By talking openly and honestly, we can create a more supportive and inclusive society where everyone feels empowered to seek the help they need. Together, we can break the silence and build a brighter future for all.
From a young age, boys are often taught to suppress their emotions. This begins with simple phrases and actions that seem harmless at first, but have long-lasting effects. When a boy falls and scrapes his knee, he might be told to toughen up or stop crying. These early lessons teach boys that showing emotions is a sign of weakness. Boys don't cry, we tell them. Be tough. These words echo through their formative years, shaping their understanding of what it means to be a man. The idea that emotional expression is a feminine trait becomes ingrained, and boys learn to hide their feelings to fit into the mold society has created for them. We encourage them to be competitive, athletic, and dominant. Sports and physical activities become arenas where they can prove their worth. Winning becomes synonymous with being strong and capable, while losing is seen as a failure. This competitive spirit is celebrated, but it also fosters a fear of vulnerability and a reluctance to show any sign of weakness. While these qualities are not inherently negative, They can become problematic when they are the only acceptable ways for men to express themselves. The pressure to always be dominant and in control can lead to emotional suppression and a lack of self-awareness. Men may struggle to understand their own feelings, let alone express them to others. This societal pressure can be incredibly damaging. It creates a narrow definition of masculinity that leaves little room for individuality. Men who don't fit this mold may feel isolated and inadequate, leading to a range of mental health issues. The constant need to conform can be exhausting and demoralizing. Men may feel like they can't show weakness or vulnerability. They might bottle up their emotions, fearing judgment or ridicule. This emotional repression can lead to a host of problems, including depression, anxiety, and even physical health issues. The inability to express emotions can also strain relationships, as men may struggle to connect with others on a deeper level. They may feel the need to constantly prove themselves, leading to stress, anxiety, and burnout. The pressure to succeed in every aspect of life, career, relationships, personal achievements, can be overwhelming. Men may push themselves to the brink, sacrificing their well-being in the process. The fear of failure looms large, and the stakes always seem high. These expectations are not only unrealistic, but they are also incredibly limiting. They create a rigid framework that stifles personal growth and self-expression. Men may feel trapped by these societal norms, unable to explore different aspects of their identity. The fear of stepping outside these boundaries can be paralyzing. They prevent men from fully experiencing the full spectrum of human emotion. Emotions are a fundamental part of the human experience, and suppressing them can lead to a diminished quality of life. Men may miss out on the joy of genuine emotional connections and the catharsis that comes from expressing their true feelings. They prevent men from forming deep, meaningful connections with others. Emotional intimacy is crucial for healthy relationships, but men who are taught to suppress their feelings may struggle to achieve it. This can lead to loneliness and a sense of isolation, even in the midst of social interactions. It's time to challenge these outdated norms. Men are not one-dimensional. They are complex individuals with a wide range of emotions and experiences. By breaking down these rigid expectations, we can create a more inclusive and accepting society. Men should feel free to express themselves without fear of judgment or ridicule. They are capable of strength and sensitivity, courage and compassion. These qualities are not mutually exclusive. In fact, they complement each other. A man can be strong and still show vulnerability. He can be courageous and still express his emotions. Embracing this duality allows men to live more authentic and fulfilling lives. Let's create a world where men feel free to be their authentic selves without judgment or shame. This means encouraging emotional expression and celebrating individuality. It means recognizing that there is no single way to be a man. By fostering an environment of acceptance and understanding, we can help men lead happier, healthier lives.
Depression and anxiety don't discriminate. These mental health conditions can affect anyone, regardless of their background or circumstances. They can affect anyone, regardless of gender, race, or socioeconomic status. It's a universal issue that doesn't pick and choose its victims. However, these conditions often manifest differently in men. Men might not always show the typical signs that are commonly associated with depression and anxiety. While women are more likely to experience symptoms like sadness and tearfulness, men may appear more irritable, angry, or withdrawn. This difference in expression can sometimes make it harder to identify the underlying issue. They may turn to unhealthy coping mechanisms like substance abuse, risk-taking behavior, or isolating themselves from loved ones. These behaviors can further complicate their mental health and make it even more challenging to seek help. This can make it difficult for friends and family to recognize the signs of a mental health struggle. Often, loved ones may misinterpret these behaviors as just being part of the person's personality or a phase they're going through. It's important to remember that depression and anxiety are real medical conditions. They are not just feelings that one can simply snap out of or ignore. They are not signs of weakness or character flaws. Seeking help is a sign of strength and a crucial step towards recovery. Like any other health problem, they require professional help and support. Therapy, medication, and support groups can all play a vital role in managing these conditions. If you are struggling, know that you are not alone. Many men face these challenges, and there is a community of support available to you. There are people who care about you and want to help. Reaching out to friends, family, or a mental health professional can make a significant difference. Reaching out is the first step towards healing and recovery. It's a journey that requires courage, but it's one that you don't have to take alone. Support is available, and taking that first step can lead to a brighter, healthier future. Engaging in healthy activities like exercise, hobbies, and socializing can also help improve mental health. These activities can provide a sense of purpose and connection, which are essential for well-being. Practices like mindfulness and meditation can also be beneficial. They help in managing stress and anxiety by promoting relaxation and a sense of inner peace. It's also important to break the stigma around men's mental health. Open discussions and education can help create an environment where men feel comfortable seeking help without fear of judgment. Remember, it's okay to ask for help. Supporting each other and fostering a sense of brotherhood can make a significant impact. Together, we can create a supportive community where everyone feels valued and understood. If you or someone you know is struggling with depression or anxiety, don't hesitate to reach out to mental health resources and helplines. Professional help is just a call away, and it can be the first step towards a better life. Many men have successfully overcome their mental health challenges by seeking help. Their stories of recovery and resilience can inspire others to take that crucial first step. With the right support and treatment, it's possible to lead a fulfilling and happy life. Recovery is a journey, but it's one that can lead to a brighter future. Remember, there is hope. No matter how difficult things may seem, there is always a path to recovery. You are not alone, and there is always help available. Take the first step today. Reach out, seek help, and start your journey towards healing. You deserve to live a life filled with joy, purpose, and peace.